Hello, what do we have? Yes, now we are here. Hi Lachlan, Thursday is here as usual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just making sure that everything is working. Let's all together check Zoom. Guys in Zoom.
We'll make sure that Zoom is working. Yes, let me just double check. Zoom's going to be very important today. No, so Zoom is active. All I need is someone in Zoom to say, yes, we're active. And I think in a perfect technology world, let me just make sure that has all started. Hang on. Zoom people, I'm just going to make sure my mic's working in Zoom. It is working. So guys in Zoom, guys and girls in Zoom, can you hear me across in Zoom? I think you probably can. And if you can, fantastic.
Great.
Everything's
great.
turned
on
on.
YouTube, everything is working well as well. And Zoom too.
Fantastic.
Great, guys. Thursday is here, live trading room together with Lachlan in the trading pit. As usual, we are so happy to have you here with us, Lachlan. Thank you very much for guidance. And it's really amazing that you do with us and that you guide the people every Thursday in the futures market, showing them how you see the market. I already received an information from you before we started the stream that you expect extreme unpredicted moves and unpredictable moves, right? What can you say about the market right now?
All I could say safely is that there's clearly two very different versions of what's going on in the Middle East. So the US markets went up yesterday over 1% based on the fact that it would appear that a peace deal has been secured. The flip side is the IRGC has come out this morning saying there is no peace deal, but the market has not responded to that. So at this stage, we're stuck between two massive price gaps, and one of those gaps is going to be closed. I'd suggest we're going to go down first before we go up. But the beauty of being a 5-minute chart trader is if they decide to tank, then we'll just join them. If they decide to skyrocket, we'll join them. So I don't know where the market's going to go. All I know is I think today is going to be really volatile. That's all I can say at this stage. So.
Great, guys. And as usual on such markets, it's way better to have such person like Lachlan with you to help you guide through it and help you understand what's the best decision-making process in such moments, right? From my side, just a quick reminder to all of you, we have a spring campaign right now, and this is absolutely wonderful opportunity. It's gonna be valid till 26th of April, and for you guys, you can use code START35 for new clients who have never bought an account with the trading pit, and you will get 35% off on your challenges, and next 25 is the code for 25% off for existing clients. Check our socials, check our website for more details about current promotion for everyone who wants to start with the trading pit or who already started but wants a fresh start in spring. As we know, spring is new beginnings, fresh season, right? So check out the website, check out the social media that we have, and find out more information from us. And at this point, I'm gonna give the word to Lachlan and wish you guys the most disciplined session ever.
That sounds like a plan. Very good. Mate, thank you. I appreciate that. So hi guys and girls, Lockie here. Hope you're amazing. For those that haven't joined us for this session, guys, you'll probably see a change of background. Guys, I'm now down in Okinawa, guys, in the islands of Japan. We had our first twilight swim last night, guys, and it was quite amazing to be swimming, guys, in the ocean while the sun is setting over the ocean. It was quite amazing. Now, guys, I'm just going to turn the volume down, guys, in the back. Let me turn the volume down in the background. I've got the US live trading room running, guys, again in the background, just watching what they're doing as we run the European LTR. Now, guys, we'll run through our slides. Ultimately, what we're focusing on, guys, primarily is we're going to do, again, consistency, guys, is the key. Guys, I'd suggest if trading was easy, guys, if trading was easy, everyone would do it. So my quote from early 2010 is basically trading is not easy, but it is simple. Consistency is the key to success. As we're basically going to do exactly what we did all week. We're going to do the same thing today. I'm going to guide you in and out of the market as best as I possibly can, as per the 101 teachings. Now, we run a live trading room because ultimately there's a lot of trading schools out there in the world that can't run live trading rooms, ultimately because their strategy doesn't work. We run a live trading room, as I'm going to identify the best trades of the day. Now, you can either join those trades for education, you can sit back and just watch what occurs. Guys, you can draw profit lines on your chart if you're brand new to what we do, guys, or if you know what we're doing, guys, you can obviously choose to copy those trades. Now, with that said, the best traders, guys, are always built in a live trading room. My humble opinion, guys, a live trading room gives us an opportunity to build a great community, guys, to build great transparency. I think transparency is probably one of the most important things in the financial markets. Guys, if we can give you transparency, we can give you a great community, we can give you teamwork and a strategy that actually works, you're highly likely to be very successful. Guys, now, why is that? Guys, again, next point down, a well-run live trading room gives you immediate proof of performance. You can build confidence in the strategy. Guys, there's nowhere to hide in live charts. So we're not forecasting where Bitcoin is going to go in the next 10 years. What we're basically saying is, let's see if we can trade the FDAX. Guys, and in fact, something that came up, guys, I had a call with one of the traders earlier today who did not realize that the KPI, we've got a daily KPI for the live trading rooms, guys, and what we're doing is we're aiming to make between 100 to 200 US dollars per day in the live trading rooms. The intent behind that, guys, if you get really, really good at 100 or 200 US dollars per day, it can build up to obviously significantly more from that. So I just wanted to remind everybody, guys, that we do run the live trading rooms for the purpose of making money first, guys, education second. And it would be really good if we can get everybody up to that 100, maybe 200 US dollars per day. That would be really quite good fun. Now, guys, compliance, something that we do have to do because we are broadcasting right across the world. First and foremost, guys, we are trading futures today. Some people are trading CFDs. What does that ultimately mean? Guys, again, there are two risks in trading. There's a risk of making money and also losing money. Guys, because we are trading futures and CFDs, it involves margin. What does that mean? We borrow a little bit of money every time we take a trade. What does that mean? Those risks of losing money and making money get magnified. Now, obviously, we want to be on the side, guys, of making money. So what does that ultimately mean? Guys, that we will have obviously a stop loss in place. We'll have a target in place. We'll get a really, really good little entry if I think that the trade is going to run further. So if it's basically in favor of the bias of the market, as at the moment, the European bias is switching to the negative. So we might be switching in favor of a selling bias. As if I think the trade is going to run, I'll suggest to you to try and extend your targets out. But whenever we take a trade, guys, we always use a tight trailing stop. All right. So really important that we reduce our risk quickly and we let our profits run. Now, guys, everything we do today is general information only. Past performance of all financial products is no longer allowed to be used as an indication of future performance. Guys, you see what I'm fiddling with? I'm taking off my watch. The reason being is it's incredibly heavy. So it also can scratch the side of my laptop. I don't want to be a perfectionist, but heavy watches, guys, can scratch laptops. So we're going to get rid of that altogether. As you probably realize, this is completely live. As I've got this drill I go through every day before we trade, and one of them is to take heavy watch off. Now, guys, we are also going to talk in compliance about market risk factors because ultimately we are trading over the internet today, guys. I'll do my best to guide you in and out of the market as best as I possibly can. But ultimately, there is no guarantee that you're going to be able to get the trades that I get and vice versa, guys. It's just a byproduct of trading over the internet. Guys, who am I? Very quick introduction. Again, I was introduced to futures trading on the 1st of August 2007. Guys, prior to 2007, I was a Forex trader and a CFD trader. I didn't recognize at the time, guys, or I didn't know at the time, that both Forex and CFD markets, guys, are open to manipulation by OTC brokers, as in over-the-counter brokers. So much so, I've re-released my book, guys. It's called Brokers Exposed. I've re-released that with a 2026 update. It is available on the Samurai Day Trading website. If you want to download that book and have a read, that basically explains why the vast majority of traders around the world fail. It's got nothing to do with discipline or patience. It's basically got to do with the fact their markets are manipulated. So I discovered futures trading on the 1st of August 2007, guys, and I'm not kidding. On the 2nd of August 2007, I closed my Forex and CFD account. The moment I realized that the odds were stacked against me, I switched to futures trading. Started my first trading school on the 1st of August 2009. I've had an opportunity to travel the world as a futures trader. We actually started traveling in 2019, December 2019. We started traveling, and we're still traveling, guys. Hence the reason I mentioned, we've just moved down to Okinawa in Japan. Now, guys, I wrote all the strategies for what we're going to be doing today. The reason being is I did buy a trading course. I did buy a trading course many, many years ago from a trading school. The course did not work. So I basically said, I think I'm going to have to go and design my own trading course from scratch. That's exactly what I did. I also designed my own indicators, my strategy, the course, and everything, guys. So everything we do today is not only based from the research I did in 2009 and early 2010, but guys, I've been on the flip side of trading accounts. Trading schools that don't work. I've been on the side of trading strategies that don't work, brokers that don't work. So there is a lot of experience, guys. There's a lot of experience that is built on what we're going to be doing today. There's a couple of things, guys. We're all on all the typical social medias. We're building Facebook. So building Facebook, guys, that's brand new. We've only got about 80 people on Facebook at the moment. We did have around 550 guys on the old channel, but we do have to build a new one. Guys, YouTube, we're sitting at around 350,000 views at this point. My goal, it might be April, but my goal is to get to 1 million views on YouTube by the end of the year. Guys, now if you need anything from us at all, tech support, guys, tech support info@samuraidaytrading.com. Guys, everything else goes to say hello at samuraidaytrading.com. I know email might be a little bit old fashioned these days, but again, it works particularly well for what we do. As a reminder, we do run a free members and non-members can attend. We do a free monthly online trader support meeting. Guys, that's available for you on the last calendar Thursday of every month. So if you've got any questions at all, guys, even if you're watching this on YouTube, you've got any questions at all, please do email us, guys. Get the link to that. And we can rock and roll from there. Now, guys, what to expect, guys? Today we're rolling with the 2026 format. So ultimately, we've got the FDAX as our primary execution chart today. Guys, we're using the FESX as a reference chart. We have split the S&P 500, guys, and the NASDAQ out of this trading room so we can focus solely on the Europeans. So that does mean we have a US-based trading room running concurrently to this, and that US-based trading room, guys, has had an absolute blinder this week. There is no question about that. So, guys, let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to shut my office door. Now, you're probably going, well, Lockie, why would you do that? My three children, so let me do that. But my three children have just got home from school. This is day 3 of school in Okinawa. And the amount of noise that they make is just impeccable. Just hold on one sec. You might as well call them cyclone, hurricane, and tornado, because when they get home, holy moly, do they want to tell us about the day that they've had. So anybody that's got children, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So guys and girls, we'll get into it. Let me just, again, when we come into the live trading, guys, what I do is I strip down all of the browsers that I'm working with in the background so I can make sure that, again, we can see as clearly as what we can. And numbers are building quite quickly in Zoom. So just be advised, guys, we are also live on YouTube today. So again, I love the idea of running a live session on YouTube because there is nowhere to hide. If we get it right, we get it right. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. Now, a couple of things, guys, to be a little bit cognizant of today. So to be a little bit cognizant of, I'm just going to, as I talk about shutting down programs, let me shut down a couple more programs in the background here. This one, I don't need that one. Perfect. Okay, we're looking pretty good. So guys, we'll break up the FDAX. In fact, we'll look at the FESX first, guys. The FESX is ultimately the mothership. If these guys decide to sink today, they're going to take everybody with them, guys. So I consider the FESX basically as the aircraft carrier, if you will. So we'll go full speed, guys, or full size on the FESX. And a couple of things, guys, that we do need to pay attention to. Firstly, as the European markets, for those that are brand new to what we do, or you're just watching what we do, the FESX, guys, and the FDAX love to go to the 4-hour 50 fib. Now, we have a massive gap from yesterday to the high side, a massive gap, which I'll show you. Is that gap looks like this. Okay, so this is yesterday's trading over here on the left-hand side. That's yesterday's trading, and this is today's trading. This group of candles under here. Now, as this is the gap we were faced with yesterday. Now, the gap is a mathematical gap, so it is very, very likely. In fact, mathematically, it has to occur. They have to sell back down here at some point in time, guys. So this is the FESX. The FDAX has obviously got a lot further to go. So at some point in time, guys and girls, we have to close that gap. It's a price gap in the market. Now, this price gap was generated by news. As a result, we are going to have to be very, very careful, very, very careful about how we trade today. No, so the reason I mention up is FESX normally tries to go to the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart. The 50 fib is all the way down here, just above the S4. Okay, so if we do get a really aggressive sell down today, guys, we've got 2 trades we're going to be targeting. In fact, 3 trades. We're going to be targeting any of the deltas. We're going to be targeting efficient candles, but really importantly, guys, we're going to target what's called a small ratio swing trigger. There was a number of those trades yesterday. And they were absolutely ballistically good. All right, there's no question about that. So at this stage, FESX, guys, we've also got to be aware if you're trading a little bit later on tonight, guys, we've got 6 US news announcements starting at 9:30 p.m. Tokyo time. I'll make that as a red. Guys, that is a really, really important point. Guys, that, again, I want everyone to not miss that when they log in, even if they log in a little bit late. Now, going a little bit macro, guys, on the weekly chart, right, so something that is really, really obvious, guys, on the FDAX. Guys, these guys have triggered, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, these guys have triggered a weekly static bar reversal long. It's actually got a -2, guys, a -2 rating. So the buying that has come through, guys, a lot of people would say that was peace deal related, but the technical people would say, well, hang on a sec, we had a weekly static bar reversal long. We would expect these guys to be buying for 3 weeks. Now, if we drop it down to the daily chart, guys, drop down to the daily chart. This is where we end up in the situation. I was talking to TTP before, guys, about the situation. This is a stunning reversal short, guys, and I say stunning with a capital S. Guys, it's got a -16 rating. So basically what that means with a -16 rating is if we go down today, it is going to be very impressive to watch. And when we do go down, we're likely to go down to the top of the trend indicator. And the top of the trend indicator happens to be absolutely perfectly aligned at this point in time yesterday, guys, with the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart, which is exactly where we'd expect these guys to go. So if we get anywhere near yesterday's low, guys, which is the bottom of this candle here, right, anywhere near that, it's going to trigger a -16 rated SBR short, which is an incredibly powerful short. Now, across to the 4-hour charts, this is what we're going to have to be very careful of today. Oh dear, very careful, as the FESX is actually triggering as I talk to you right now. We've got a couple of static bar reversals to the downside. Now, let me just double check. I'm just going to check my indicators for you, because where the indicators pop. Okay, boom, boom, boom. If I put an indicator on here called Signal Hunter, which I'm going to put on for you now, Signal Hunter, it'll give you an idea, guys, of how strong this sell down. Okay, see, the moment I put on Signal Hunter, right, the indicator goes and does all the mathematics. Can everybody see that you've got an SBR, guys? You've got an SBR right here. Oops, wrong button. You've got an SBR right there, guys, on the 4-hour chart. That is an incredibly strong sell signal on the 4-hour chart. Mathematically, guys, if you get SBR written above a candle like that, it's an incredibly strong short. So all the mathematics has occurred in the background. Basically said, if these guys are going to go nuts, they're going to go nuts properly. Now, the key with going nuts, Guys, what that means is if the trend indicator, guys, on the FDAX gets over 80 degrees, so that's the trend indicator coming down, it's currently at 78 degrees. Guys, if it goes over 80 degrees, swing triggers, efficient candles, and deltas in combination with both of those, guys, are going to be incredible signals today. This market looks like it could try and close its gap, guys, or at least have a very serious meltdown. Now, the meltdown, guys, the meltdown is probably going to go to Fibonacci. At this point in time, there will be a Fibonacci extension, guys. There will be a Fibonacci extension on the 60-minute chart, which is the most reliable that we can get, guys, for the Europeans. These guys love the 133 fib extension, guys, which is just here. So we may, if we get a really, really big tumble, guys, we might look for a static entry. So that's a candle close entry, guys, around that 133. That would be absolutely brilliant. Guys, on the 60-minute chart, we're also going to draw our Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down, okay, which is the way Fibonacci must be drawn. It can't be drawn the other way. Again, guys, why would we do that? If we get, but these little red ones there, the red ones are called the evil twins. If we get well below the evil twins, we are, again, if we hit the 88.6, guys, and we don't bounce, then we're going to fall through the floor, and I think we're going to be chasing. As ideally, the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart, they could get down to the 38. So what we've got to be really careful of today, let's be very, very careful of today, is single touch reversals, unless you've got agreement, guys. If you're on the FESX, guys, or sorry, FDAX, if you're on the FDAX, guys, just be very, very careful of single touch reversals off pivots unless you've got an agreement, please, from the FESX. Okay. Now, we'll clean that up. So I hope everybody's well. Guys, everyone's logging in. Numbers are building. So perfect. Numbers are building quickly. Guys, for those on YouTube, I can't see your numbers. So YouTubers, if you've got any questions at all, best thing to do is reach out to Samurai. Or, guys, if you're on YouTube, actually log into the live trading room, guys, via the TTP website. Log in and you'll be able to watch what we're doing. Okay, better way to get your questions answered. Guys, what we do have to be very, very careful of, guys, very, very careful of, I'm going to highlight it here, guys, the FESX multiple 4-hour shorts. Now, that is something that we are going to have to keep a very close eye on today, guys, those multiple 4-hour shorts. It's kind of like for a 5-minute chart trader, the 4-hour chart is the really macro stuff. And if those sellers on the 4-hour chart decide they're going to trigger those shorts, so the shorts have got 2 phases to them, guys. They'll trigger the short and hold the short. So if we trigger the short, then we hold the short. We know these guys are going to tank. So we've got to be a little bit careful about longs unless we get all of the charts agreeing all at the same time. Okay, which is really, really important point. Yesterday's low, guys, again, does need to be highlighted. So yesterday's low is down the bottom here. Okay, we're going to make that red. Guys, the reason we're going to make it red is that if we get down to that, guys, just a reminder, if you've just joined us, that could trigger a daily static bar reversal short. The ratings are incredible. The strength is incredible. If that triggers and runs, wow. But if it fails to trigger and hold, we're looking at really lovely longs going back the other way, guys, because we've got gaps to the high side as well as gaps to the low side, right? So we've got gaps we need to close. Weekly chart, guys, basically nothing to see here other than we do have a static bar reversal long on the weekly chart, which has actually failed to trigger yesterday. Guys, so if we were really going to ramp up, like really fly, that would have held. It hasn't held. All right, so I'm thinking we're going down. Guys, there is the gap. Guys, I was talking to Christian before. Guys, that little rectangle there is the gap that we need to close. I'll take that off. So the FDAX, guys, is very, very, very close to triggering a really, really lovely static bar reversal short. Guys, we've got a long way to fall to the upper side of the trend indicator. What we do have, though, guys, is a very, very interesting situation. Guys, we still have down the bottom of the FDAX, right? We still have a gap to close. Up the top of the FDAX, guys, we've got multiple gaps to close. So again, just to put it into perspective, guys, this has got nothing to do with the market. This is 100% to do with the Middle East. Guys, this little candle there, that's day 1 of the war, day 2 of the war, and then it just basically cruises down here, right? So this is all war related. The reason I mention that, guys, the gaps have got to be closed. Guys, they can't leave these gaps. Ideally, they've got to be closed, and they've got to be closed inside this contract. So inside the current contract. What does that mean, guys? Just turning the... Never had this before on an air conditioner, but I'm just turning on the dehumidifying function. So down here in Okinawa, it can actually get quite humid. Down to the 240, guys, down to the 240 minute chart. Okay, so what again we've got, guys, you've got double SBRs here, double SBRs. So how do we read, guys? How do we read these SBRs? If they trigger and run, then we're going a long way, guys. That's a moving average. That's a 200. I just want to keep an eye on basically if they get down that. And if they get down to the 200 and they fail, we might bounce, guys. That's like a universal kind of, are they doing what they're doing? Guys, how do we read these 4-hour charts? Is my humble opinion, if they close a 60-minute candle below the static bar reversal, so 104 is the key. If they close a 60-minute candle below 104, we're going to initially see a sell down. But if they can't close a 60-minute candle below 104, we're likely to see some buying first. As the reason being, again, if you see who owns the stair step, at this point in time, buyers own the stair step. Right, these guys could be triggering a 4-hour swing trigger long. So if buying does decide to return into the market, or there is some kind of positive news, guys, today. Again, there's no news in our particular session at all, but we've got to be careful, guys, that we're actually getting a textbook swing trigger to the high side if these guys can't drop hard. All right, so our magic number, guys, for the 60-minute chart close is exactly 24104. Right, 24. What's the bet? It's the 4-hour short. So that is a critical, guys, as we come into the close, 24104. If we close above that, guys, we're likely to go up first. If we close below that, we're likely to go down first. And then, guys, after 15 or so minutes, we'll be able to see effectively what the institutional traders are thinking. 60-minute chart. Guys, at this stage, I'll put an extension on. We're probably going to pull the extension off relatively quickly, guys, because these guys really don't know what they're doing yet. And again, best thing to do is strip Fibonacci's off versus add them on. These guys are setting up long. So I'd suggest we might be going up first before we go down. All right, we might be going up first before we go down. That's okay. We've got all of our key levels marked. Guys, now, once again, yesterday's low, for those that are just joining us, I hope you're magic. Guys, yesterday's low is going to get a red square. Reason being, guys, yesterday's low, we've just got to remember it's a very, very powerful daily short. As what would be amazing, guys, with around a minute to go, what would be amazing if the buyers push up very early on the opening candle, push up really gallantly, and then fail, and we can pick up a really lovely short that then runs into the daily short, then keeps on running. So I do think, guys, with the information we have at this stage, hi everybody, I do think, again, if we get a really awesome buying move to start the session, even if that goes for, 3, 4, 5 minutes, if that burns out and then we get a lovely sell, I think it's going to be the sells, guys, that produce the really long range targets today. But, guys, as we do with every trading session, never come into a trading session with a preconceived ideal of what the market's going to do. Otherwise, you don't read the market well. So, guys, we'll bop along. Buyers have just stolen the stair step. So the buyers have just stolen the stair step. So that means we're ultimately, for the opening candle traders, you're looking for selling-based reversals. Okay, so don't be surprised, guys, if they go ugly early. I know that's an army expression, but they will go ugly early, let me tell you. All right, here they go. So at this stage, guys, we are going to pick up a pre-top reversal. Now, we normally wait 60 seconds, guys, for that to occur. This is the buying that I thought we were going to see. Okay, that Fibonacci is blown. All right, we'll move to the next Fibonacci. Because what we're doing, just for those that are just joining us, we're going to be very careful today. There's gaps to close in both directions. As these guys might be pushing to a 61.8 Fibonacci gap failure. Okay, so at this stage, guys, the pre-top reversal is valid for the opening candle traders. You would need a limit order, guys, on at 24155. Diane, how are you? Blas, Dan, how are you? Hope you guys are fantastic. So if you are an opening candle trader, which I'd suggest today you're going to be very careful about, please. If you're an opening candle trader, there's a 76 fib failure. So it now means for the opening candle traders, you can put an order under the 61.8. Now, if you are a Fibonacci trader, your order would be short at 24165. That's only for those people that trade the opening candle. Guys, if you don't trade the opening candle, please don't let me romance you into taking a trade. All right, really important point. This is only for the opening candle traders. All right, the 61.8 fib is 24165. 24165. Now, if you are an opening candle trader, guys, you're going short at 24165, which you've just been engaged at. Your risk control point, guys, will be 24160. Just be very careful, as I have said it already, be very careful on the opening candle. I'm just watching the FESX for a lead. I'd suggest we got a little bit more buying coming back through. And then I'd suggest the sellers are going to hold. Now, me personally, guys, as I'm really, really clear, I'm a ratio-based trader. So what I'm actually going to say to you is I am going to take this trade at this price as per my strategy. So there'll be two calls today. There'll be me saying to you, there is a valid trade here if you trade this. There'll be another call as well. Hey, guys and girls, this is my exact trade. This is what I'm doing. These are the reasons why. Now, if you're short at 165, which I know a number of you are, as your first target and risk control point is 160. You haven't got there yet, but you're about to get there, right? So you're on your first target now of 160. As that is also your risk control point. So please cut your risk off. Guys, please cut your risk off. Right, it's gone back to entry. So again, guys, if it gets any higher, so if they push back up again, then you're looking for another sell at 165 if you don't control your risk quickly. Some people love to control their risk quickly and let the profit run. As for the experienced traders, guys, you're short at 165. You're now at 15 points worth of profit, right? So if you got back in again, guys, you're at 15 points. This is probably going to go further, right? So you can hold this, please. All right, this is exactly what we were expecting these guys to do, which is fantastic. So if you are short, guys, if you are short on the opening candle, if you are an opening candle trader, you waited for the algorithm to do all of the work. Guys, that Delta V2 was a hint that you're on the right side of the market. So what I want you to do, guys, if you are short at 24165, I want you to make sure you have no risk on this trade now and you're going to try and let the profit run. It is highly likely to run, guys, highly likely to run. So if you've gone short on that one, guys, it's at 61.8 Fibonacci. The reason we picked on that is we failed at the 76s. If you have gone short, well done. It has obviously gone way beyond its first profit target and risk control. If that is you, guys and girls, fantastic. If not, guys, we're looking for a climactic reversal. Guys, we're looking for a pre-top reversal. So what do I need? Guys, what do I need? I would like, at this point in time, I would like the buyers to move back up above the pre-top so we can short under the pre-top, guys, at 155. Is it 155? If we do get buying, guys, if we do get buying in the market, but it doesn't go that far, there is a backup order, which is that red delta right there on my chart. Now, I do want these buyers to push up. I do want the buyers to push up a little bit, so we've got a really good risk control point. If you have gone short on the delta, guys, at 143, all right, you're looking for a 10-point first target and risk control, understanding that the 50 fib of the day is just here. Okay, so if you have gone short already, Guys, if you have gone short already, or you are short from up the top of the jar, as we refer to it, you guys are sitting at 5, 10, 15, 20, already 25, already 30 points. Anybody short on the delta, guys, if you're short on the delta, then you are going to try and hold it as far as you possibly can, because you're going to control your risk at the 10-point mark, please. And you've already gone through what I meant. You've already gone through your 10-point first target, please. Now, if you are short from the top, guys, if you're short from the top, I want you to try and hold short, please. If you're a little bit nervous about how far these guys are going to go, guys, I'd bring your stop loss above. Bring your stop loss above that candle there. Guys, now these guys are hammering. So anybody that's short from up here, guys, my call short at 24165. Please try and hold it short for up to 15 minutes. Okay, please try and hold it short for up to 15 minutes.
Delta forming.
Now, I'm absolutely loving this price movement. I'm just absolutely loving it. Okay, now just confirming, guys, I know I've got traders short from 24165. If you are going to hold short, guys, if you are going to hold short and we get through this level here, which is a 4-hour SBR short, again, guys, try and hold your trade for around 15 minutes. You've been in technically for 5 minutes. This is your 10-minute candle. Ideally, you want to try and hold your trade for up to 15 minutes. Please do lock in a large amount of profit if you are short from the top. If you're short from the top, absolutely phenomenal. Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done. How did you get the 76s? Blaz. Mate, it's the gap 76. So because we've got a price gap in the market, we can draw our Fibonacci. Yeah, we can draw our Fibonacci from the gap down as opposed to from the high down. And that's where we picked up the Fibonacci failure. So it's an FDAX. It's an FDAX thing that not a lot of other markets actually do. So mate, great question. Yeah, great question indeed. Okay, so at this stage, guys, we're not going to take any trades in the last 90 seconds. Buyers own the stair step, so we're only looking for sells. Guys, buyers own the stair step, we're only looking for sells. Anybody who is short from the 61.8 fib, guys, or the 133 fib extension, either one of them, they're both valid. You guys are sitting already at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, almost 50 points worth of profit. So guys, so if this candle doesn't break down through the open really, really heavily, then I would lock in a big chunk of profit. Yep, absolutely. Okay, there's our 76 fib failure, guys. It's a gap 76. It's a European market, guys, and European currency. It's a bit of a Euro currency, European market. It's a little bit of a idiosyncrasy with those markets. That's what they like to do. Okay. You learn that, guys. You learn that when you do the same thing on the same market for a very long time, you learn how these guys rock and roll. Okay, now at this stage, guys, we're in the last 90 seconds. That delta V3, you're not going to trade now. That delta V3, the green one, is a big hint that we are likely to see a little bit of buying returning into the market. We're not going to take it as a signal, guys, until we have permission to trade it. Okay, which we don't have permission at this stage. All right, now buyers own the stair step on both European markets. All right, now interesting point, guys. See how the FDAX is held below, guys, this 4-hour short and also the key 60-minute low. That makes anybody short on this candle, because you are perfectly on the right side of the market. There is no doubt about that. Now, guys, we are about to get a very, very strong selling candle to the downside. Buyers own the stair step. We're looking at selling base reversals. Selling base reversals. So how are we going to enter this trade? Guys, if we get buyers pushing in, guys, on the next candle. So we would need buyers to push in on the current candle. Guys, we want to sell 1 point below. We need green first. Guys, we're going to sell 1 point below this candle, guys, at 103. All right, so we're selling at 103. I do need to see the green team come in. Guys, I need to see the green team come in. They've just come in. Guys, so again, What I'm looking for is the buyers to push up really, really nicely into the market, guys, and then get absolutely hammered. All right, what's going to help us with this entry point is a Fibonacci down to catch them on the way up. So now we're at the 23 fib. We're now at the 23 fib. If we get any more buyers showing, guys, that get absolutely hammered, particularly if they get up to this open, guys, and fail, we're looking for the short. Guys, if you want to be careful, you can put a short order on at 102. Guys, again, the most important thing about the short order, it's 103 or 102. We need the buyers to push up. We need them to fail very badly, guys, and we're going to see that with the buyers pushing in, guys, and then the sellers absolutely hammering them. Okay, now at this stage, guys, you have permission to go short at 103 or 102. If you're going to go short, guys, at 102, you're looking for a really fast risk control, guys, a really fast risk control and a long range target. Guys, what have I got there? I've got the 76 fibs. Guys, I've got the 76 fibs of the micros. So these guys absolutely have to hammer to the downside. Guys, what have I got on the FESX? Okay. So what we're doing, guys, again, if you are short, guys, if you are short at 102, all right, your risk control point, guys, is 9.7. So your risk control point is 9.7. You need them to push down through 9.7 relatively quickly. Guys, so we'll give them one more selling push down. What we've got to be careful of, guys, what we've got to be careful of. Now, mathematically, it's a great signal, no question about that. We've just got to be careful of these 76 fibs. Now, at this stage, guys, the buyers own the stair step, so we're only looking for selling base reversals. If we get another sell down, guys, we need the third sell down, which is coming. We need the third sell down to break through your risk control point. Guys, so at this stage, we've got a third sell down coming. We need them to sell down, guys. We need them to sell down through 0.97. Guys, because again, I don't want to get a retrace before another sell down. All right, let me just check my 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart agrees with our trade. However, those 76 fibs are playing, they're playing with the sellers a little bit. Guys, I can't send you long because I don't have a valid long. So this is the fourth selling campaign that's coming in. Guys, if you're not short already, then don't re-enter the short only because we're in the last 90 seconds. The black line is the risk control point. The black line is the risk control point. All right, we're tagging the risk control point now. So now you would be reducing your risk on the trade or taking your first target out. As what we do need is we need the sellers to move all the way down the bottom of the jar here to make sure that everybody is well clear of their risk control. I do believe that move is coming. Yes, I do believe that move is coming based on the FESX. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Now, guys, if you get in with the same ATM that I do, which is a touch 5 pay 2, you've probably been ATM'd out of your trade. Right? You've probably been ATM'd already. As if you're in at 103, you've obviously gone over target. Okay, if you're over the risk control. Now, if these guys set up as a very, very tiny ratio candle like this, we've got around 21 seconds to go. We do need the sellers. Suzanne, well done. We do need the sellers to sell down again for those people that are going for longer range targets. We're going to watch very, very carefully what they do on the FESX. Okay, what have we got? We have a gap underneath the open. All right, so what does that mean, guys? For those that go for longer range targets, we are looking for the sellers to sell back down. Guys, we cannot go long. So we cannot go long on the FDAX because we're assuming a close over a pivot, which means the short traders can stay short What we need is we need them to move through the risk control point down here guys again. So that's the worst case risk control point 097, worst case scenario. Sellers are very strong, guys, so please give them around another 25 to 30 seconds. All right, now we're moving through, guys. If you do want to control your risk, if you're a little bit nervous, you can bring your risk through to break even. There's understanding we cannot go long, we can only go short. The FESX has basically seen that as well. So anybody that is short, if you are short outside the range of the candle, guys, or on the Delta V2 that we were targeting before, guys, the black line is your risk control point. You've controlled your risk. Now you're ultimately going to try and let them run. Guys, and ideally, if you are short, we're going to let them run all the way down to yesterday's low. In a perfect world, guys, I really hope we've got people short from up here. Guys, if you're short from the first trade we called, guys, you want to hold the trade for 15 minutes, which is 1, 2, 3. Guys, if you've held it 1, 2, 3, right, you're now going to put your stop loss behind the little green candle and try and hold it for a little bit longer. Okay. Now, with all that said, guys, I know there's going to be some results, guys. Again, I believe these guys are about to absolutely tank. Guys, I believe they're about to tank. Our OSR is set, guys. We can't take a long because the buyers own the stair step. Okay, the buyers own the stair step. Dan, you got 10 and 20 short. Great result. MJ, thank you. Good. MJ got 25. Okay, good. No, mate. It's all good. It's all good. Now, as if the seller's still the stair step, as understanding that our preference today is for big shorts. If anybody's short from here or short from here, I hope that you are still holding your trade. I hope that you're still holding your trade. As we are not going to take a reversal, guys, we're not going to take a reversal off the pre-bottom, please. Simple reason being is that the FESX does not agree with us, guys. So let me strip some of this detail off the chart now. Strip this off. Whoops, that is definitely not what we want to be doing. Our Fibonacci has worked perfectly. We can strip that off. This Fibonacci can come off. We don't need that anymore. Okay, no. I want the Fibonacci, please. So what it means, guys, anybody that's short, guys, anybody that is short, you guys are obviously on the right side of the market. Have I got anybody that is holding? Guys, is there anybody holding to see how they deal with yesterday's low? Guys, understanding yesterday's low is probably one of the best daily shorts I've seen in a very long time. So the key point, if you're getting nervous with this trade here, the reality is we can't go long, we can only go short. Therefore, if you're on the delta, you just stay short, guys, because you can't go long, okay, under any circumstances. Now, sellers own the stair step. My sellers own the stair step. We're not taking a signal in the last 90 seconds. I know I've said that a fair few times in the last couple of years.
FX 5-minute candle close in 60
Okay.
seconds.
The 15-minute chart is loving long-range shorts. So if anybody is short, guys, either climactic reversal delta, this delta here, or the original signal that we called. All right, guys, I'll just put a label on it, 61.8, because the moment we take all the Fibonacci's off, people ask, well, why the hell did you do that? If anybody's short, guys, I do want you to try and hold short, please. Right? If you're short, you're trying to hold short as long as you possibly can. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, all my background charts are saying try and hold short. But if you are short, guys, please try and lock in a big chunk of profit, because there's no point letting these guys go 60, 70, 80 points in your favor and not locking in a massive chunk. Now, if we close below yesterday's low, guys, if we close below yesterday's low, then we are actually going to pick up a valid short. Guys, if we don't close below yesterday's low, which we have not done, okay, the only trade we can get, guys, just double checking other markets. Okay, the only trade we can get was the only trade we must get. Let me have a look here. We must get a lower low If you're short, guys, if you're short, you're holding short, please. So anyone that's short from the top of the jar, you're holding short. Okay, the only trade, guys, the only trade I can give you at this stage on the FDAX. So short traders are holding short. Guys, you're just going to sit short as long as you possibly can. The single touch reversal traders, you are looking for a long over yesterday's low. All right, so again, you can put an order on, is it 24065 long, 24065 long. Single touch reversal traders, you would need the FESX to move back over its S1, guys, before you looked at an S1 reversal. That's why we're being very careful. So those that are short, guys, I know I've got two traders that are short from the top of the charts. You guys can bring your stop loss in behind the current candle, please. So stop loss into 24075. All right, 24075 for those that are short from the top of the chart. All right, so you're locking in 90 points on your trailing stop. That is a massive trade. Right, that's a massive trade. Now, the only trade I can give the FDAX traders is the only trade. If you trade a double failure reversal, then you can put an order above yesterday's low at 24065. If you trade statically, guys, you cannot put that order on because you are waiting for the buyers to prove they actually want to close over yesterday's low. Dan, well done. So guys, for the double failure reversal traders, 24065 is your long. So 24065, your risk control point is 24070. As for the static traders, as that's me, I'm waiting for the ratio to drop on both markets simultaneously before I look for an entry. So that's what I'm personally looking for. S&P 500 is trying to get back inside Asia's low. And so let's just see what these guys do, because we've had a really lovely sell down. So congratulations, anyone who's gone short, guys, from the signals we spoke about at the top. Anyone that's gone short, you've done an amazing job. So massive well done to you, like awesome. Your stop loss is now, guys, if you're short from the top, your stop loss is now plus 90 points. So 90 times 28, guys, that's well over 2,000. Well, it's in the 2,500 US mark. So guys, anyone that is short for long range targets, this is why we want to pick the short early, guys. We want to try and hold it for 15 minutes. So congratulations to you guys if you are short. Fred, nice work, mate. Plus 20, awesome. Oh, Danilo, I don't know about Magician, mate. Mate, it gets to the point where you watch a guy at the skateboard park that's really, really good, and you're thinking, my God, this guy's amazing. Then you find out he's been skateboarding for 20 years on the same park. And now I am a bit of a skateboarder. I love skateboarding. But mate, the funny thing is there's no magic. There's no magic in trading. It's just mathematics. That's all it is. It's just mathematics. And it's very simple mathematics. Like you don't need a PhD in mathematics to understand what the institutional traders are thinking. Like you just don't need that. Like you just don't need it. Now, well, it's 40 seconds to go, because most of us, mate, don't have PhDs in mathematics. So therefore, we've got to do our best with what we have. Now, at this stage, guys, this is setting up an absolutely beautiful trade. Now, again, if you don't enter in the last 90 seconds, we've got 23 seconds to go. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for the FESX to close well above its S1, well above its S1. I don't want it to close on its S1. I want it to close above. All right, for the FDAX traders, if we do get a sell down, first, right, that delta is looking really good, that black diamond delta. We must get a sell down, guys. In fact, well, the sell down is below yesterday's low, guys. So therefore, you cannot take the delta. We're assuming a close over a pivot. All right, so what it means, guys, the static entry traders, we need the market to move back above yesterday's low before we take that delta. Guys, I note that the FESX has just gapped below its pre-bottom and its S1. What does it mean, guys? There is no buying trades, and it means that the sellers who are short can stay short. So if you are short at the moment, guys, from the top of the jar, you would now bring your stop loss in above the pre-bottom, please. So anybody short, guys, your stop loss can come into 24075, please, 24075. Your entry point was 65, so your stop loss is at 90 points positive, please. 90 points positive. 90 points, 2,500 US per contract. That is a stunning trade. If I've got any of the Nathans, guys, any of the Nathans in with us, that is a stunning trade. For everybody else, guys, as we said, we're going to navigate very carefully. I cannot send you long because the rules do not allow me to send you long. I can only keep the short traders short. Guys, I can only keep the short traders short until we get a really incredible trade. Buyers, please don't run. Please don't run. Sorry, guys, I'm turning the dehumidifier up to 26 degrees because it is really cold. It's really cold. FDAX, don't run, please, sweetheart. Just chill. That's it. Just chill. Chill back down. Now, the ratios, guys, the ratios here, the ratios on the FDAX are stunning. But guys, we are not allowed to go long. In fact, we may pick up a dirty swing trigger short here. What's MDI angle? 78 degrees. Okay. So, guys, what we're looking for at this stage, what we're looking for, again, I can't put you in a trade. Blas, oh, well done, mate. 11 and 112. Okay, that is a huge result, Blas. Holy moly. Hey guys, I found out today something that's pretty cool. The number one TTP trader in the world, the number one TTP trader currently on the TTP leaderboard is a samurai trader. The number one in the world. How cool is that? The number one trader in the world for TTP right now is a samurai trader. So Blas, that's where we want you. Josh, that's where we want you, mate. Number one in the world. Now, guys, we are setting up shorts. We are setting up shorts. Now, the deal with the short is we can't do it for 90 seconds, right? We can't do it for 90 seconds. We're basically, guys, this is where we're at right now. Super important stuff. So what I need is if we close below yesterday's low with a really small candle, right, we're picking up a swing trigger short, a swing trigger short. Now, the key with that, guys, if we close like we are now over the top of yesterday's low, we need the sellers to then move the market back down, and then we're looking to trade the delta long, right? So we're not putting an order on now, last 90 seconds. What I need is I would love for the FESX, guys, to close over its S1, over its pre-bottom, guys, because I've also got ratio-based trades over there, but we've just got to be careful, guys. We've got all these filters in place to make sure that the buyers are actually interested, all right? We've got to make sure the buyers are actually interested. So we'll let the candle close. Guys, all eyes will be on the FESX. As if we do get a bit of a sell down, guys, if we do get a bit of a sell down and we tag the S1, there will be a double failure reversal off the S1 for the double failure reversal traders. FESX, what are you doing, darling? You are going to close below. So, okay, what it means for us is what it means for us on the FDAX. If we get a really lovely sell down that fails, I'm looking for a lower low, guys. I need them down here. I can't take the swing trigger short. Guys, if the sellers sell down, the black diamond delta at 0.70 is tradable. Now, I really want these sellers to sell down. My preference is a lower low, guys, which I don't have yet. All right, my preference is a lower low. We're going to back this up with Fibonacci. Okay, now if you've seen these sellers push down, guys, and you're going to take the delta long, just be aware I'm looking for a lower low. As I'm looking for a lower low, and that brings in a sequence of signals, right? So I want a sequence of signals to trigger. The sequence will be, as if we get a lower low, right? If we get a lower low, then we can trade the body SBR, guys, the body SBR, which we don't have a lower low yet, guys, so just be careful you don't front run the signal, please. There will be an entry, guys, at 0.66. All right, there is the lower low, guys. So if you trade a body entry SBR, your order can go on at 24066. Guys, at 24066. Now, let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's inside the risk profile. All right, so we now have a lower low. Only now can you put a body entry on the DAX at 24066. We need the sellers to move in as they're doing right now and then get absolutely hammered. And we want them hammered on both the FESX, both the FESX and the FDAX simultaneously. Now, we could be, if we get a lower low, we are now looking potentially, so we've got a lower low pertaining to this candle, to this candle here, as we are now looking at a double failure reversal as off the S1. Now, the only people that can take that, guys, is if you go long over the top of the S1, I'd suggest by a number of points. So, guys, around about the 0.52 mark, 0.52. And it is only for those people that trade double failure reversals off pivots. All right, now if you've got your entry, guys, sitting above the body here, then your risk is now too much. The backup trade is to sit your risk here. I've still got people short, guys, from the top of the jar. So if you brought your, you might have actually been stopped out. You might have been stopped out. Now, this is a swing, guys. This is a swing trigger short. I spoke about the swing trigger. Why didn't I call the swing trigger? Sorry, guys, I've made a mistake here. Oh, no, it's not a swing trigger because we're assuming a close over a pivot. Man, oh man, that's the exact format of signal I was looking for to go short, but we can't take it because we're assuming a close over a pivot. So the only thing we can do, guys, is look for a double failure reversal over the top of the S1. Just be advised, guys, we are in the last 90 seconds of the candle. We are in the last 90 seconds. This is kind of the danger zone for those people not 100% familiar with what we do. So what you're better off doing, guys, if you're sitting above the top here at 24052, okay, you're looking for this candle to push back inside the S1 and close, so back above the S1 before you are then looking to take a trade. Now, if we get a buying delta, guys, on the next candle, that would be absolutely immaculate. All right, so at this stage, last 90 seconds, so well into the last 90 seconds, this is the danger zone. This is the danger zone, my humble opinion. Let me just check a Fibonacci while we're here. Oh dear. Oh dear. The only Fibonacci we can get is that one, and that's not going to be a great deal of help for us. No, not at all. Okay, so guys, we're not going to get our long. Guys, I would suggest we're going to get a short, right? So none of the criteria to go long have been met. Guys, what does that mean? I'll take that off. If the buyers push back in, guys, so this is an efficient CORPC bar with step and trend, 100%. Guys, if the buyers do push into the market, it means the candle must be turned green. It must be turned green first. We need to see the Fibonacci failure. guys, we are looking for a sell down, guys, as opposed to a buy. All of the conditions for the buys were not met. Guys, I still haven't got green on my candle. All right, here comes my green. Can you do a little bit better than that, please? 76. Paul, you got a negative, okay. I'll have to find out why, man. I have to find out why or how.
FDEX Delta forming. FDEX Delta confirmed.
Okay. At this stage, it's the delta outside the range of the candle is just tradable. And what I mean by just tradable, it's a delta V2 outside the range of an efficient CORPC candle. What I was trying to get, guys, is the buyers to move in, fail around the S1, and then get absolutely slammed. So I haven't seen the big hint of green to try and get a red. It is a very strong selling candle on both markets. But what I love to see is a really love retrace. Entered the DFR just above the S1, but was too close to the S1. Okay, Paul, right. So we've got, yeah, so just be really careful, guys, particularly when the MDI is over 80 degrees, that what we want is we want very, very deep retracements under pivots before we look to take a buy order. Okay, very, very deep retracements. Okay, so at this stage, guys, this is the kind of retracement I'm looking for. All right, so we want the buyers to show. What do we go? So 2 minutes 50, we want the buyers to show. Now we want to put our sell order on, guys. This retracement here. Now the reason we do this is if these sellers are absolutely 100% committed, guys, to selling the market down, we've got a 50% fib retrace. It means we've got a spot that we can position our stop loss. So if the sellers were to slam the market now, the delta at 0.29, the delta is tradable. All right, so the delta is tradable at 0.29. I'm just watching for the FESX, and just watch that delta, guys, at 0.29. It is 100% tradable, provided we don't get picked up in the last 90 seconds. All right, so again, we're just going to watch the clock count down. The sellers have said, we're going to push the market down. The buyers have said, no, you're not coming down here. What we're now looking for is the buyers to push in like they're currently doing and then get absolutely annihilated, guys. And notice on the FESX, that these guys have not broken outside the range of the previous candle. So the FESX traders say, oh, we're not going down there, guys. And the reason they're probably not going down there is, again, our little red square. These sellers are not committed yet, right? So they're not committed to actually selling the actual daily short. So the FTX has already tried to trigger its daily short. The FESX has not, all right? So again, this delta, guys, this delta down here, we're looking for a really lovely retrace. We've got that. We're looking for a seller rejection. We don't have. We're now in the last 90 seconds. Guys, we're in the last 90 seconds of the candle, and the sell order down here after the retracement and the rejection has not been filled. Now, if they come back and fill it now, it'll be really annoying, guys, but I'm personally not going to take a trade in the last 90 seconds. Yes, mate. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Now, what does that mean, guys? What does that mean? If we can't go down, we can only go up, right? So again, if we get a really lovely efficient candle on both markets simultaneously, I might as well get rid of that. We don't need it anymore. If we get a lovely reversal on both markets, which we may get, this is going to be is it going to be an efficient candle? Probably not an efficient candle. So the only reversal, guys, we're going to get at this stage, and that is if the buyers can hold over the S1, if they can hold over the S1, then we may be getting a buy signal, and there is no buy signal there at all. It's like literally at all. So I've got nothing for you. I've got nothing for you that I'm allowed to trade. Now, again, Let's have a look. As we may have to wait. We may have to wait for the larger charts to. Oopsie, that's my order from a long time ago that was just sitting in the market. I'm glad I found that. Okay, we may have to wait, guys, for the 60-minute chart close. The key with today, though, guys, 60-minute chart close, we're basically stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Do I have anybody that is short, guys, from the original short trades that we called? Anybody short from this one here or this one up here? Because now you might have had your stop loss taken out at the pre-bottom. Unless you may have that, which again, that's a bit of a shame. These guys have continued to go down, but either way, the stop loss was a 90-point stop out. So it's a pretty hefty trade. For anyone else, guys, for anybody else, I know we're being very careful about reversing off these pivots. So we're looking for a very heavy deep dive before we get picked up. If we were to push, guys, back over the S1, on both markets, we're looking for longs. Guys, if we start getting efficient candles like what we're getting at the moment, if we get an efficient candle closing on both markets simultaneously, as particularly if the FESX gets below yesterday's low, right? If we get below those, then we're looking amazing, right? Amazing to the downside. Right, I'm just looking. So how could I have traded better today? That delta, guys, that delta there is how I could have traded better. That one right there. All right, so I could have said climactic reversal short. Guys, again, if you're not short already, then wait for the red delta after that climactic volume, hit that red delta, and then just hold on for 15 minutes. That's how I could have traded better today, guys. There's no doubt about that at all. Okay. So we'll just let the FESX come down. The swing trigger we couldn't take because we're assuming a close over a pivot. Our only defense would be that the FESX wasn't assuming a close over a pivot, but the swing triggers decided to go anyway. Identical, guys, identical to yesterday, except for the assumption. So is everybody happy so far today that we've spoken basically about two trades? We've got our 61.8 Fibonacci reversal for the opening candle traders, and then we've got our climactic reversal for those that don't trade. Is everyone happy with two trades? We spoke about the yesterday's low reversal, but we put conditions on it. The conditions weren't met. We put conditions on the S1 reversal and conditions weren't met there. And now, guys, now it's a case of if we get an efficient candle that closes outside the range of the previous candle on the FESX, guys, these guys are going to make a push for yesterday's low. As yesterday's low is a daily swing trigger short. Guys, this is why we wanted to try and get short and hold short. All right, that's what it looks like here. It's got a minus 16 rating. So if we do get efficient candles, guys, on efficient CORPC candles, that's really important. If we get efficient CORPC bars as on both markets simultaneously, all right, so both markets simultaneously, and then we get really lovely buyers pushing in and they get slammed early, guys, then again, we are picking up valid shorts. We're just rolling into the last 15 minutes. And all eyes, guys, all eyes are on the FESX. Does it actually give us permission to take a trade? Okay. As I always look at the charts at about this time of the day, I always look at the charts and say, how could we have traded better? And guys, the answer is almost 1000% ratio drops. Okay, if we get the buyers showing early, guys, if we get the buyers showing early on this candle, right, if the buyers show early and fail, guys, we have a short. All right, there is no question about that. I don't have buyers yet. Guys, I've got no green on the candle. All right, so again, we're going to be very, very careful. Guys, I must see buyers push in, and they must get absolutely annihilated by the sellers. Okay, I haven't got. Oh, you are so frustrating, FDAX. So I don't have the precondition for the trade that I want. Guys, yeah, Diane, we are in the last 15 minutes. Absolutely correct. So guys, again, I was looking for the buyers to move in. I was looking for the buyers to move in, and then I wanted to grab a really lovely buyer retracement that gets slammed just to give us, guys, just to give us a tighter risk control point. Right now, I haven't got that yet. All right, so yesterday I stood by, guys, as Cody did an amazing job. I was calling 4 trades. I couldn't take any of them, guys, because I was over risk on every one of the trades. I just had to sit there and wait, and it looks like today might be one of those sit there and wait days. If you are short, this is quite incredible. If you are short from our original short trades, you are clearly in a very good place. There is no question about that. At this stage, guys, the FESX is rolling into a daily short. We spoke about that as well. What does it ultimately mean? Oops, I've still got buy orders sitting on the top of my charts. All right, so get rid of those. Again, guys, if you're still short from the top of the jar, it's going to be one of your biggest trading days ever. If you're not short, guys, we're looking for responsible opportunities to go short. Now, 24,000, guys, 24,000 is just hiding in here in the FDAX. Right, 24,000 is here as a round number. If we close below 24,000, we may not even get a turn of the hour trade today. What we'll get is the buyers move in, trigger a swing trigger, and these guys are literally just going to demolish short. Our analysis when we came in, guys, was really good. We wanted an early buy that burns out quickly. We've obviously got that. There is no question about that. Yeah, there's no question about that at all. Now we are looking for reasons to be short. If you are short under this efficient candle, yes, mate. Okay, mate. If you are short under this efficient candle, guys, then we're going to try, like the shorters that are already short, we're going to try and push it as far short as we possibly can. Guys, there are no pivots down here. There's nothing to stop these guys from just falling and falling and falling. If the FESX closes underneath yesterday's low, right? If we close underneath yesterday's low with an efficient CORPC bar, guys, that means the daily short is triggered. And if the daily short is triggered, then effectively we would need that daily short to be neutralized by the buyers, guys, by closing back above yesterday's low. Right. So at the moment, the question out there in the FESX world, the question is, are we going to hold the short or are we going to go long? Now, if they're committed to closing those gaps to the downside, if they're committed to closing the gaps to the downside, guys, it's just going to keep going. Guys, so the S&P 500, guys, is producing incredible trades in the background as well. So they got to the Asian low, then closed a massive efficient candle underneath the low, and hey presto, everything's melting down. So let's just be patient, guys. Again, some days we've got to sit on the fence. Some days we've got to sit on the fence and just wait for a perfect trade. We're just waiting, guys, just waiting. Guys, we are in the last 15 minutes, so if there's any questions at all, guys, about anything, guys, trading-wise, now's a really good chance. Guys, we're going to be very careful about reversing off Fibonacci extensions. Guys, what I'm looking for is this daily trade over here, guys, to fail to trigger. No, that is held. So what it means, guys, is if we do get any buying on the FDAX at all, is if we get any buying on the FDAX at all that gets above this delta, that candle's not efficient actually. No, not efficient. Dinalo, well done. Mate, I hope you're fantastic. So anybody short, guys, if you're still short, you're just going to hold short as far as you possibly can. Guys, the FESX obviously short is triggered. No question about that at all. Roger, yes, that is the person I'm talking about. Right, so we have people, guys, in the trading community that are currently short, guys, from the top of the chart. All right. Now, these guys are very well trained. They're short from here. All right. So at this point in time, they're short at 165. They're currently trading at 980. So they're up 185 points per contract. Now, knowing that person trades multiple contracts, that's over 5,000 US per contract, which is a huge trade. Guys, that's a huge trade. So we got the calls right. Guys, we got the direction right. I just want to get everybody, guys, some lovely profit. And we might have to be very, very patient, guys, and wait for something that we're allowed to trade. If you're not, obviously, if you're not short. If you're not short. Now, 24,000, very, very key level in the market. Guys, super key level. Now, again, 24,000 would be considered, guys, for a lot of people as a soft pivot. Guys, Nathan has actually mentioned that he's more than happy to run an FDAX trading webinar for you guys if you're interested. I really like the idea of that, guys, because you get somebody else's opinion on how to pull the FDAX apart. Even though we all do the same thing, guys, we all do the same thing. Guys, it is very much a case of I might have said something, but it just didn't sink in, like you just didn't hear it for whatever reason. Nathan might say the same thing in a slightly different way, and you were like, I've got it. Like, that makes sense. I've got this now. Like, this is awesome. So as I'll talk to Nathan again about doing that for you, because again, the more money we can all make out of the FDAX, guys, and our trading, the better. That's the goal, guys. We're pretty key about that goal. Make as much money as we possibly can. All right, that is the goal. Now, again, guys, all eyes basically on the FESX at this stage. If we fail the daily short, or if they say, you know what, we're not ready to trigger it yet, we might pick up a really lovely turn of the hour trade. And guys, for me, that is going to be very much ratio based. Right, very much ratio based. While we're waiting for the turn of the hour, let me have a look if there's any Fibonacci's that can help us. Not really. Well, it's not really. So what happens, guys? What happens? The market gets thrown out of rhythm by, that's probably a better Fibonacci. So the markets get thrown out of rhythm by geopolitical news, right? Which is obviously what we've got. All right. Now, to show you that it's thrown out, we've got gaps to close here, gaps to close here. There's a gap to close here. There's a gap to close here. So again, guys, it might take 4 or 5 days of normal, like literally normal, for these guys to turn around and say, okay, now we're back to a normal market rhythm. Now, what all it means for us, guys, is we've just got to navigate really carefully. I've just got to navigate really carefully. Now, right in time, guys, right in time for the last 5 minutes, we are going to pick up a ratio-based trade. Now, it is a pivot trade, guys, based on the fact that the FESX may be failing at yesterday's low. All right, so it looks like a pivot-based trade. Guys, what that means is if you do trade in the last 15 minutes and you do trade off pivots, we may be about to pick up a signal. Guys, now the FESX must close and hold over yesterday's low. Right, that is the first criteria. It must hold and close over yesterday's low. What then must occur, guys, is we get a really, really lovely efficient candle on FDAX. We need the sellers to show a little bit first, and then we're looking to enter over the top of the candle. Right, so the sellers must show on FDAX first. Are you going to show sellers? No, don't run without. We've been so patient for so long. Don't you dare run without us. So this is a ratio. It's a ratio-based trade. It's exactly what I personally look for. There is no question about that. It is the turn of the hour. No, we're not on the hour yet. We're 5 minutes before. The Delta V3, guys, is valid if you are a Delta trader. There is no question about that. The daily short over here has given us, or the pivot over here has given us permission to go long on the FDAX. As I didn't get the retracement that I was looking for. So I have not entered my trade yet. I was looking for the sellers just to push down a little bit, guys, and then get that buyer, that buyer surge. There's a Delta V1 there, guys, in a perfect spot. The V3 is also in a perfect spot. If you are long, guys, so let's say you've just seen the ratio and said, I'm pushing the button anyway. Guys, please control your risk at the 10-point mark. Okay, now that's for those people that just saw all of this occur and you've said, all right, Lockie, I'm just going to push the buy button. If you push the buy button, guys, it's a 10-point risk control, please. All right, 10-point risk control. Very important. Now, if you're not long, guys, then we're waiting for the next trade, which after waiting that long could be really annoying, but we're just going to follow our rules, guys. I've followed my rules for, this week, we'll just talk about this week. Every single trade I've taken this week, guys, has been valid as per the exact algorithm we're talking about, and every one of them is paid. All right, so I'm doing okay this week. I could have traded a little bit more aggressively and taken more trades, but every trade has met the algo. All right, now, if you are not long already, guys, because you wanted the retrace and the rejection, then you're now waiting for that to occur. This is the last candle of the hour, guys. We are potentially going to pick up an incredible 15-minute chart trade as well. Guys, if yesterday's low, sorry mate, bit late, got 15 and 50. Got a 15 and a 50. You've gone short, mate. You've gone short underneath this candle here at 1440. Sorry, 1640 my time. That's a great, mate. That's a great result. Well done. Well done, mate. That's awesome. Okay. So at this stage, guys, if you're not long already, so if you just push the button when the candle closed, you've gone through your risk control point, guys, you've gone through your first target. We're not going to re-enter the delta again, guys, because not only are we approaching the last 90 seconds, but what we're ultimately looking for, guys, in the new hour is we're looking for the sellers to push down, particularly on the FESX. We're looking for them to create a lower low, this candle to the new candle. So we want the FESX to push down, tag yesterday's low, and then get heavily rejected. As now for the FDAX traders, what we're looking for is a sell down. As we're looking for a sell down inside the new candle that basically pushes down, fails at Fibonacci, and then picks up exactly the same trade again. That's ultimately what we're after. So that's a whole lot of things we need to think about. But all we're wanting to do is if we're going to join the buyers after such an aggressive sell down, we need to make sure that the sellers are 100% committed to failing. All right, so let's just let them come down, guys. This is where they really start to think about what they're doing. Now, interesting point, guys, we are going to pick up a short on the FDAX, but we are not allowed to trade it because the FESX does not agree. So we can't go short. Guys, we can only go long. Now, we need all of those caveats to be met. Right, so it would be lovely to see a little bit of a sell down, guys, on the FDAX. Don't just run, please. Come on. Be nice, please. All right, so just let them come to you, guys. Just let them come to you, please. We do want a
FDAX delta forming. FDAX delta confirmed.
Okay. I'm looking for a little bit of selling
FDX Delta confirmed.
guys, that then fails to join the buyers. Now, I may target, guys, I may target that Delta V3 if we get well below that with the sellers inside the new hour, guys. So we've got to go well below the delta. I must get a lower low. All right, so the lower low pertains to this candle here. All right, that little SBR labeled candle. I really want the sellers to move the market down hard. I'm just watching what everybody else is doing around the world. No. You come back down, please. Okay. Come on, FESX might be turning, guys. That's what we want. We want the FESX to push back down towards yesterday's low. Guys, there is my lower low. Okay, so what I'm looking for, all right, so here come the sellers. This is exactly what we want. Guys, we want the sellers to push in. We want them to push in on the FESX as well, guys, and then we're looking to trade this static bar reversal long, provided the sellers don't come down too far, guys. So we need the sellers to come down like they are and then fail very badly. Guys, now, if they just keep rolling, guys, if they just keep rolling down, that's why we're being very careful about our entry criteria. So we want the sellers to sell down on the FESX like they're currently doing. We then want the buyers to say, no, you are not coming down here. So I personally have an entry on at 24016. I'm trying to trade that static bar reversal long. Guys, after the lower low, if the sellers go much lower, guys, I'll be at my maximum risk profile and I won't be able to take the trade. Right now, again, if the FESX, so I'm beyond my risk profile now, guys, so sorry. Got to move my order up the screen. That's too much risk for little Lockie on my funded accounts. So what it does mean at this stage, guys, the risk is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it's 30 points worth of risk. This is ideally, that's where we got to yesterday. What I'm going to have to look for, guys, again, for me to enter the trade is I've got to get a tiny little red candle. So what I want is these sellers to come down here, fail very badly, and then push back up and pick up the trade sitting here at 0.16. So if you're okay with 30 points of risk, guys, you can leave your trade on at 0.16. Right, 0.16 is the entry point. If you are going to go long at 0.16, guys, your risk control point is 0.21. 0.21, which is right here. Okay, now at this stage, no entries have been picked up. Guys, if we do get a little red candle, closing on the FDAX, then that long, guys, at 0.16 is going to look even better. Yes, mate, 100%.
FDAX 5-minute candle close in 60 seconds.
Now, I'm just watching very closely, guys, because we are in the last 90 seconds of the candle. So if you have not had your order filled at 0.16, guys, which nobody has been filled, guys, you would take your order off, wait for the close of this candle, make sure that the buyers are definitely defending the pivot, guys, across there on the FESX, guys, and then we're looking to enter on the green delta right there, guys, that delta V3. So what we need is basically need the sellers to stop, which is currently occurring, guys. It's currently occurring. We want the sellers to fail. We want the sellers to fail on both European markets simultaneously. If we get a little bit of a sell down in the next candle, guys, then we're looking for the static bar reversal entry again at 0.16. Guys, the backup trade is the green delta there, all right, at 0.20. All right, now what have we got? Now, because the sellers have pushed back down towards yesterday's low, guys, on the FESX, then again, guys, the reality is the order is valid at 0.16. So again, you can put your order back on at 0.16. What we need though, FTX is assuming close of 50% micro. Yeah, that micro is drawn up to catch them on the way down. Right? So you are correct. So Blas, if you want to wait, right, you can wait a little bit. Right? Simply because of the risk, guys. The risk is still 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still 30 points of risk. What would be incredible, guys, what would be incredible on the FESX if we get a tiny little green candle in 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and we get a tiny little green candle on the FDAX. Right, the only thing that's stopping the FDAX from selling, guys, at the moment is 24,000. So what does it mean? If you're being very careful, guys, you're going to wait for this candle to close. You're looking for a green static bar reversal long with really lovely ratios. Okay, Blas, mate, thank you. So guys, what we're also looking for, so it would be incredible to get a tiny little ratio-based SPR long, which we don't have yet. We want exactly the same thing on the FESX, which we don't have yet. So there's a couple of caveats there. Guys, now, if you're feeling a little bit lonely, guys, I have not yet got a trade that I'm allowed to take. Right? So if you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, Lockie, it's so frustrating. Guys, same as yesterday, guys, I didn't get a trade I was allowed to take, but I also didn't give in to temptation and ended up with zero loss. Guys, it's most important that we end up with zero loss. Guys, that's the most important thing. Now, in a perfect world, guys, 24,000 is going to hold. Guys, so if you are going to enter at 0.16, guys, you are allowed to enter provided you've got a tight risk control. I would suggest, guys, waiting for the close of the candle is going to confirm whether or not the FESX is holding above yesterday's low. Guys, this is really important over here, guys, really important. Me personally, guys, I'm waiting for the close of the candle. Only because I'm a static trader, guys, I trade statically. That means the candle's got to close, and then I make a decision. Okay, this is what they're doing. These are the reasons why. Off we go. Now, buyers were quite strong, guys, and then they've peeled away a little bit. What does it ultimately mean? We're just watching the FESX to see what these guys do. The buyers did come in, guys. They were quite brazen. So that means that people are basically saying, hey, we are going to eventually reverse this. This is a Toby style reversal that is trying to set up. It's what we call a Toby style reversal. It's the technical people are gearing up for potentially a very good trade. Only if the buyers know that they're turning the market. All right. So this is where we've got to trade really carefully today, guys. I know it's a little bit of a pain in the bum. There's no question about that, but we have to trade really carefully. All right, I'm here, guys. I'm just watching very, very, very closely.
FTX 5-minute candle close in 60 seconds.
All right, now, guys, that FESX, guys, again, if they close on or below yesterday's low, I cannot send you long on the FDAX. Doesn't matter what the FDAX does, can't send you long.
ES delta forming.
Okay, so at this stage, we may be picking up shorts. If we get an efficient CORPC bar with step and trend, if we get that with a nice buyer retrace, nice buyer rejection, then I'm looking for a trade for myself personally. If I don't get those conditions, I can't take a trade. And I can't do anything with that. This is very, oh dear. So I can't go long, guys, on the FDAX. I tell you primarily why. The FESX is under yesterday's low. Yeah, Diane, it is testing our patience. It did the same yesterday. In saying that, the trading session after the live trading room went really, really well. So obviously this LTR runs for 90 minutes. Then effectively the market takes a break for 60 minutes, then comes back and it starts trading again. The actual second FDAX session yesterday was really straightforward. Like if this one is a little bit banshee, like it is at the moment, it's quite often the second session that works better. And again, we've got no control over that. If the market just wants to go nuts, then we've just got to be aware that it could go nuts. So what do we got, guys? Scenario at this stage. We can't sell the FDAX down because we don't have a valid signal. We were looking to take a swing, what we call a swing trigger to the downside, but we weren't allowed to take the swing trigger because the FESX was on the wrong side of its pivot. Now we've got the FESX on the underside of the pivot. That means they're into their daily short. If they give us an efficient candle over there and we get the same on the FDAX, then we're going to join the selling campaign. And at this stage, there is nothing stopping these guys selling a very, very long way. It's just about getting a valid entry point. What's that there? So all right, I'm just watching other markets. So guys, at this stage, the sellers are not committed to selling. Now, if the FESX, guys, if the FESX was to close back over yesterday's low, right, we may be looking at a really lovely long trade. Again, they've sold down for basically the best part of an hour and 15 minutes. That 15-minute though candle, guys, that 15-minute candle is an insanely strong candle. All right, so as we come down to the close of the 15-minute candle, if they decide they're going to tank this market, as all we need is an efficient candle to join the short or a swing trigger that we're allowed to trade. Right, that's all we need. Now, anyone obviously, guys, that went short from the first two signals we spoke about today, holy moly, amazing trading. It was amazing trading. Now, we look like we're setting up a really lovely reversal here. We've basically loaded the reversal that has not triggered. Basically, we're keeping an eye over here on the FESX. We're setting up the same style signal over here on the FESX. If these guys get back above yesterday's low, we are going to see buying returning, or if they hold below and give us an efficient candle, guys, we're going to see the sellers. Mate, it can be. So basically the signal's loading. But the question is, are they going to choose to trigger it? All right, so it's a two-step signal of obviously the signal is loaded, then it triggers. So the key point with that, the FDAX may give us a ratio-based static bar reversal long. I would really love the FESX to be back above yesterday's low. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I want the FESX back above yesterday's low just to guarantee that the buyers on the FDAX are going, oh yeah, okay, this is what we're doing. Now at this point in time, as we don't have that guarantee, okay, and this 15-minute chart, guys, that is going to be, again, an exceptionally strong 15-minute chart close. That'll be our first 15-minute chart close below 24,000. So, guys, let's just wait and see, because if the FESX does not want to, if they don't want to go long, guys, we can't go long against them because we'll just get demolished. All right, so 15-minute chart close. That's a 57 rated candle. That's pretty strong. We don't have anything on the 5-minute chart, guys, that we're allowed to join them on yet. Man, that static bar reversal on the FDAX is, if we got a lower low, guys, if we got a lower low on the FDAX, right, then a body entry on the SBR is tradable. If we don't get a lower low, guys, there is a ratio-based SBR long, but we don't have permission from the FESX. So I personally, guys, will not be putting a trade on. I just want to be very clear with everybody. As if there's anything wrong with the FESX, I don't place a trade. Now, trading's going very well. So again, I'd encourage you guys to be very selective about how you trade. If the FESX gets back above yesterday's low, guys, if we get back above yesterday's low, we are probably going to pick up an incredible reversal on FDAX. So again, you can see them nudging through now. Again, me personally, guys, I'm being very, very careful about entering until the FESX says, you know what, the selling is definitely over. All right, because if these guys push up to yesterday's low, the buyers were quite strong. If the buyers can't get back above yesterday's low and hold it with a nice strong candle, we're going to get a swing trigger short. We'll get the same on the FDAX, and anyone that's gone long prematurely, eyes will be like, oh, damn it, they're now swinging the other way. Now, there's some big buying contracts coming in, guys. There's some 151s and 100s and similar things coming in on the FESX. So let's see, guys, whether they've got the capacity to get above yesterday's low. Right, really important point. Okay, let me have a look here.
Order canceled.
Okay, so we're still waiting, guys. We're waiting very patiently. Today, guys, I think has been probably one of the bigger tests that we've had in terms of patience. Like, Lockie, am I allowed to do this? Yes or no? I think it's been one of the bigger tests that we've had. We could have traded, guys, a little bit more aggressively, but again, the risk, I don't want to get in the habit of teaching people to hold too much risk, guys, because if we make a mistake, it takes away 2 or 3 winning trades, and then we're like, oh, grumble, 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 this is silly. Now that FESX, if that gets above yesterday's low, FDAX, please don't run without us. Please, 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 please don't run without us. If we get above yesterday's low, guys, particularly on the FESX with a really strong, efficient candle, then the selling may have finished. And then we're looking for a valid buy signal. Okay, so again, for the valid buy signal, guys, I want a nice, strong, efficient candle. I'm probably going to get that. This Fibonacci needs to be turned around the other way. Nice, in preparation for the trade.
FDAX 5-minute candle close in 60 seconds.
Okay. So 50 fib of the micro trend, guys, is hiding just here. So that'll be the enemy that catches people out that have gone early. We know all about that. So we do need, guys, in a perfect world, a nice, strong, efficient candle closing above the 50 fib of the micro trend. I need the FESX. MJ, well done. I need the FESX, guys, to close over the top of yesterday's low. I'm looking for an efficient CORPC turning bar on both markets. It won't be a 4-point turning bar, guys, but it could be strong. Guys, it could be strong. Okay, I want what's that line there? That was our risk control line for the way down. All right, now what I'm looking for, guys, ultimately, 1, 2, 3, is I need the closes over. Guys, I need the closes over. What I'm looking for, guys, is the sellers to sell the market down a little bit. Guys, I'm looking for the sellers to sell the market down a little bit. There are 2 entries that I could take. I can take the original static bar reversal. I need these guys to sell down. Don't you take off without me, please. I need these guys to sell down just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. The backup, guys, the backup order is the Delta V3. So the backup order is the Delta V3. Only take that trade, guys. Only take the Delta V3, guys, if you can hold a significant amount of risk on the trade. Right, so significant amount of risk. If you are going to take the Delta V3, guys, again, the risk is significantly more than what most people would take. Ideally for the junior traders, if the sellers push down, if the sellers were to push down even a little bit, we would be looking to try and get in on our original trade here. As you see, these buyers are trying to wrestle with the sellers. All right, so at this stage, guys, everybody's being very careful, please. Okay, now we're getting the sellers moving in. So now we're getting the sellers moving in. A defensive Fibonacci is no use at this point. So again, please, guys, please follow your risk control rules very, 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 very much so. Now what have we got? No, these guys could sell down very aggressively. So again, we are getting to the point now where the risk on this trade, guys, with the risk of the trade at 0.16, the risk is too much. Okay, so the risk is too much for most traders to trade. I'm just watching what they're doing, guys, because again, if the FESX gets below, if the FESX was to get below yesterday's low, guys, then again, all of the longs that we were considering taking are off the table, guys, off the table completely. Just watching what they're doing, guys. At this stage, again, it really comes down to the FESX. It comes down to the FESX. Are they going to close under or over yesterday's low? As we're coming very, very close to the end of the first 90 minutes. So at this stage, I've only got 2 trades that we've been super, super clear about. Everyone else has had, oh, the FESX is doing this or that or this or that. If you did get in the sell early, as you're clearly in an absolutely amazing place. As if you didn't get in the sell early, then we've kind of had to sit on our hands, which has been a little bit painful. It's a little bit painful, no question about that at all. Okay, so what are we setting up for? At this stage, the FESX, FESX, again, it will be governed, what the markets do will be governed by whether they do or don't close below yesterday's low. Okay, at this stage, guys, the sellers were climactic on the FESX. Basically, they've tried very, very hard to buy. That didn't work. They tried very hard to sell. And at this stage, the selling, guys, at this stage, the selling has not held. What does it ultimately mean? At this stage, I can't give you a new entry on the FDAX until we have clear guidance from the FESX as to what they want to do. Now, it is a sign, guys, it is a sign with not only the buyers pushing and the sellers failing, it is a sign that the Europeans may decide they've finished their selling. However, we've got no guarantee that that is the case. We've got no guarantee that that is the case. All right, now, guys, are there any questions at all about anything that we've done today? The start was obviously very, very clear for the people that went short as we originally forecast, which is always good fun. The flip side being is if you didn't get the big shorts, we've had to tread very, very carefully, which is ultimately what we do. We've had to tread very, very carefully. Now, no guarantee, guys, no guarantee the buyers are going to grab this. Again, the only reason that they might think about buying is because of the FESX is trying to hold above the pivot for 3 candles. As if we were to close on or below yesterday's low, if we close on or below yesterday's low, as the FDAX is probably going to move to the downside. All right, okay, guys, any questions at all? I hope that, guys, I've been clear enough. I hope that I've been clear enough with my signals being called. I hope that I've been clear enough. I hope that you've been able to navigate the market okay today, guys. We've had to be very, very careful. We've had to be very, very careful. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, Andrew, mate, look, I've done my best, mate. I've done my best. Obviously, the original shorts, were the trades, and we've got a couple of people that did go short, and that was enormous. All right, so that was enormous for them, which is fantastic. The flip side of going short is obviously the momentum of the market is heavily to the downside. So heavily to the downside. So what does that ultimately mean? Again, valid shorts have clearly gone well. So valid shorts have clearly gone well. The two original trades were the trades that ultimately held the greatest mustard. There's no question about that. Christian, how are you? I hope you are awesome. I hope you are completely awesome.
We are.
Mate, I've only got two trades that I can really talk about with an enormous amount of gusto. It's our original opening candle reversal, then our climactic reversal that we took up here. So 2 trades. I said to the traders, please try and hold the short for as long as you possibly can. So please try and hold for 15 minutes. Then if you're really good, try and hold for another 15. Obviously, the market is plummeting to the downside. So the original analysis we had, which was, let's see if we can get these guys to burn out to the high side. If they burn out to the high side, we're going to go short. That's gone really well. But for a lot of traders, the risk today was a little bit too much. And if they didn't get the original shorts, then we're in a situation where they basically had to sit on their hands, mate, for 90 minutes, which is one of the hardest things to do as a trader, is sit on your hands as the markets move. So one of the hardest things to do is sit on the market as it moves, trying to get into a really, really large move, which goes a very, very long way.
I believe it's especially hard with the strategies that you trade on 5-minute time frame and lower time frames, right? Because like if you're 100%. Day trading, for example, 100%. And if you hold positions for hours or swing trading, then you're kind of used to it, right? But when you're trading the strategies that you use, for sure, it's hard, right?
100% correct. So that's it, mate. I can only talk about 2 trades today. They've gone relatively well. Now it's simply a matter of trading very, very carefully until the market again returns to a little bit normal, which it's not doing at the moment. But the trades that we have had have been really, really good ones, mate. Really, really good ones indeed. So.
Great. I'm still happy
So
to
that's
hear
me.
even the 2 trades are being good. And I mean, yeah, we discuss it all the time, and basically these are the concepts, right? The main pillars of trading, to be consistent and disciplined. And sometimes the market just won't give us that much opportunities, and the only thing we need to do at this point is to protect ourselves, right? Protect our capital and make sure that we enter only the best positions possible, which are following all of the rules, all of the plan that we had. And yeah, I, as usual, want to say thank you, Lachlan, for guiding people who are watching us.
Pleasure. Pleasure, guys.
Great.
So look, I hope we had fun, guys. I hope we learned something. More importantly, we're trading very, very carefully today, making sure that we don't make any mistakes, because the mistakes can be costly. And guys, ideally, if this market does decide it's going to turn around and run the other way, and it will probably run a long way. And that would be a really great trade to be on, but it might not happen right now. So we've just got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly. Guys, from my side, just a quick reminder to everyone that we have a spring campaign going on, 35% off for new users and 25% off for existing clients. Check out the information on our website, check out the information on our social medias. We post it everywhere. So enjoy the discounts and start the spring with new, fresh habits and fresh start. Great. Guys, we will say to everyone to have the great rest of the week, to have the great weekends. Enjoy the Easter, depending on which part of the world you are, right? And Lachlan, thank you so much.
Pleasure. Mate, thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see everybody tomorrow, ready to go. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, TTP.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you, mate. Bye-bye-bye.